Trump calls her a ranting lunatic and cuts her loose. But Marjorie Taylor Greene fires back, saying he's terrified of the truth buried in the Epstein files. As Republicans brace for a vote that could scorch everyone, one question hangs in the smoke. What is Trump so desperate to keep sealed? United States President Donald Trump has turned on one of his most loyal congressional allies, withdrawing his endorsement of Georgia Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene in a blistering late-night social media attack. The president announced on November 14th that he was pulling his support for Greene, calling her a ranting lunatic, and encouraging primary challengers to contest her seat in next year's midterm elections.
I am withdrawing my support and endorsement of Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene of the great state of Georgia. I can't take a ranting lunatic's call every day. She has gone far left, even doing The View with their low IQ Republican-hating anchors.
Trump's post came hours after Greene appeared on CBS Mornings, calling for the full release of investigative files on Jeffrey Epstein, the convicted sex offender who died in federal custody in 2019, and with whom Trump is believed to have shared social ties for more than a decade. When reporters asked Trump what he thought about Greene's increasing criticism of the president, he said,
So, Marjorie Taylor Greene is not anyway, she is a very different thinking than I have. Something happened to her over the last period of a month or two where she changed, I think, politically. I think that her constituents aren't going to be happy. Already, I have people calling me. They want to challenge her to a race in her district in Georgia. And, that's too bad. She's lost a wonderful conservative reputation. But when she says, don't go overseas, if I didn't go overseas, we might be in a war right now with China.
Speaking to CBS earlier on Friday, Greene had defended her position on the documents, saying she stood with Epstein's victims who have been waiting decades for transparency. When pressed on why Trump opposed releasing the files, Greene called it a huge miscalculation and said she did not understand his reasoning. She insisted the victims themselves had cleared Trump of wrongdoing, citing testimony from Virginia Giuffre and other women who said the president had done nothing inappropriate. Expressing sympathy with Epstein's victims, Greene said,
American people have demanded it, and so the American people deserve to see transparency from their government.
Off late, the Congresswoman seems to have broken ranks with Republican leadership and the White House over the Epstein documents, co-sponsoring legislation that would require their complete disclosure. Greene has also recently criticized Trump's focus on foreign policy over domestic affordability, called his tariff rollout bumpy, and challenged his claims that inflation is under control. The split represents a dramatic reversal for Trump, who has previously relied on Greene as one of his most vocal defenders in Congress. Greene responded swiftly on social media, accusing the president of lying about her and suggesting the attack was designed to intimidate other Republicans ahead of next week's vote on releasing the Epstein files.
And of course, he's coming after me hard to make an example to scare all the other Republicans before next week's vote to release the Epstein files. It's astonishing, really, how hard he's fighting to stop the Epstein files from coming out, that he actually goes to this level.
Meanwhile, the Justice Department announced on November 14th that it would investigate ties between Epstein and prominent Democrats, including former President Bill Clinton and venture capitalist Reid Hoffman, following Trump's directive. Hoffman responded by calling for the release of all Epstein files, saying he would not bend the knee to what he termed Trump's slanderous lies. Trump has refused to rule out a pardon for Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's former associate, currently serving 20 years in federal prison for her role in trafficking underage girls. When asked aboard Air Force One whether he would pardon Maxwell, Trump said he had not thought about it and would not rule it in or out. The president has also suggested without evidence that anything incriminating about him in the Epstein files may have been put in since the election. House Republicans are scheduled to vote next week on whether to release the full investigative record from federal probes into Epstein and Maxwell.